What's going on, everybody? I'm Nug. Welcome to Nug's Knives. We're talking about knives. Today, specifically, we are talking about the new Jack Wolf Knives Feelbetter Jack that came out recently. I am a huge fan of this knife. We have two of them here in front of me. The Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive in the carbon cat fopper inlays with the stone-washed bolstered titanium, and this S90V front flipper frame locking, actually bolster locking piece of dreamy goodness. This belt satin finished version here with the sunburst titanium and the anodized bolsters. My goodness, my golly gee. I'm a huge fan of Jack Wolf as a company, as a brand. They're the only knife company that I have put real effort into trying to collect in recent years, or in the last year or so, I should say. And this is their most recent part of the lineup, at least for another couple of weeks until the fixed gateway comes out. Super excited for that, by the way. But I just want to talk a little bit about this knife. This is my first video on this channel. And I really hope you'll stick around to hear me talk more about knives. But a couple of the specs real quick. 3.38 for the blade, or 2.98 cutting edge though. I don't know if you're in a place where, I've always wondered this, if you're in a place where the where the laws, are restrictive, and you get caught with like a 3-inch knife, if you could be like, no officer, the cutting edge is 2.98. Look right here. I've always wondered if that would fly. But anyway, it's got a ceramic bearing pivot, hollow grind on the entire dealie. This tiny little, it's like a reverse, like a false edge, but it's too fat and different to be called that. I don't know what the terminology on that would be exactly. It looks really nice though. Makes it kind of like hawkish, very bird of prey-y. But I love the sunburst titanium that they did. I love the exclusive with Smoky Mountain Knife Works. They've done this milling pattern on other knives. This is the Benny's clip here. They did it on the Melissa Backwoods fixed EDC collab, which is one of my favorite knives of all time. They're so cute and matchy. And they were roommates. And then they also did it for the Collusion here. They did it on a couple of other models that I don't have in front of me at this very moment, but so help me God, I will get my hands on them. I am crawling on the internet trying to find them every day. But regardless, I am a huge fan of the way this knife looks. At $350, it is hard for any company to justify that price point in this economy and esta economia. And Jack Wolf has always done a really good job at doing that, I think. I think that their materials and their price points are always fair. But I'm bringing this out for a very specific reason, to talk about a part of the knife collecting experience that is very important to me, that was lacking a little bit in the new model. But this one is my best example of what I'm talking about. If you put your ear to the camera, or the, what I'm talking about, the speaker, just, oh my goodness, did you hear that? It's yelling at you. It's tinging. Oh. Shattered glass, broken dreams. I love that. I love that so much, and my girlfriend hates it, I'm sure, but it is one of my favorite things about that knife. And another good example here is the Primo Jack. They've shown that they do this. Not as much in the Primo Jack, but still, you can get a solid ting out of this boy. Big man tings be going on with these knives. And it's one of the things I loved about them. And if you'll lend me your ear one more time, something wicked this way comes. A thud. A thud, dear friends. Dare I say a thwack. And I don't know if it's something in the manufacturing process that's changed, if it's something in the geometry of making a really long, skinny bolster lock like this that changes certain requirements for strength. I'm not positive. I'm an engineer, but I'm not that kind of engineer. I wish I was. Hit me up if you see this, Jack Wolf. And by Jack Wolf, I mean Ben. But yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think that as far as the customer experience goes, it leaves a little bit to be desired with that part of the experience. And it's still good. The thud is good. Don't get me wrong. It's a good solid ka-chunk, you know. But there's nothing metallic about it, and I enjoy that. But regardless, I think that this knife scores a solid 10 on aesthetics and a solid 7 on personality. What do I mean by that? Remember when you were a kid and your friend had like a cousin that would come over from out of town, and he was a little older and he was cool and he would wear like t-shirts with holes in them and he skateboarded or something like that, and you were like, dang, that guy's kind of cool. And then that kid got sent to like, you know, some military academy where they shaved his head and, you know, he couldn't do kickflips anymore. This knife is getting its head shaved in its near future if it doesn't straighten up. This knife got off because his parents had a really good connection with the local courts. But yeah, that's just my take. Let me know down in the comments if you agree. Thank you for lending me your time to watch this video. I'm new at making these, so I don't know what to do with my hands, but I hope that you'll stick around and watch more of my videos. I've been Nug, and I appreciate you. Have a good one.